Do you think all Susan B. Anthony dollars are the same? Well, you're wrong. Think again. In this video, we're going to be exposing some truths about these coins and making sure that you don't overlook these really rare coins when it comes to the Susan B. Anthony dollar. Whether it's a unique mint mark or an error or just a super high graded coin, you don't want one of these coins to slip through your fingers. So let's hop into this video and see if we can uncover some really rare coins. Looking at the back of this Susan B. Anthony dollar, we do have the beautiful eagle on the back. Just such a nice design on these coins overall. This is a 1979 D $1 Susan B. Anthony coin. It's only when you flip it over to the front that you'll notice that the clad layer is completely missing on this coin. This NGC graded Mint State 68 coin weighs only 6.08 grams and it sold for $384. 576 bucks for this 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar graded by PCGS at a Mint State 68. In the grading world, 70 is the highest achievable grade you can get. This one is only 2 points away from that perfect grade. If you have a 1999 D Susan B. Anthony dollar, you want to be looking at that D mint mark on the coin, kind of hidden away at the bottom left hand side on the front of the coin. That one stands for the Denver Mint, where this specific coin was produced. Because this coin graded so highly by PCGS, it sold for 576 bucks. $660 for this coin. It's a 1979 P $1 Susan B. Anthony. This one has what we call a narrow rim. So we are going to show you some examples of what the narrow rim looks like. You do want to be looking out for this specific coin because it will increase the value of your Susan B. Anthony dollar, but it must be in a very high grade like you see here. Check out that narrow rim and understand that this one sold for 660 bucks. $930 for this 1979 P Susan B. Anthony dollar. This one graded by PCGS at a Mint State 67. This is a wide rim variety. Very unique, very cool. You also have a bit of toning going on with this coin. So toning can happen as a naturally occurring process depending on where the coin is stored. If it's stored in an area where there are some chemicals in the air, they'll react with the metal, causing a discoloration look. Now toning can either increase or decrease the value of your coin. In this instance, it only really increased it. $930 for this wide rim variety. 1999 P Susan B. Anthony dollar. It sold for $1,920. That's a lot of money for an SBA. We've got this PCGS graded Mint State 68 coin. You are still looking at the same coin here. 1999. There is a P mint mark at the left hand side on the bottom area. P stands for Philadelphia. Now the majority of coins that you see out there that are struck at the Philadelphia Mint will simply not have a mint mark whatsoever. There are some caveats for that, but not important to this video. This coin was valued at only $650. However, there may have been a bidding war that happened where a few collectors really wanted this coin. That's why it sold for $1,920. What in the world? $8,700 for this crazy looking Susan B. Anthony dollar. When it comes to rare coins, this is the one you want. I would love to have this in my collection, but it's a bit too much money for my blood. This is a coin that was accidentally struck on a copper cent planchet. So the piece of metal they used to strike cent coins got into the hopper, and this was the monstrosity that was produced afterwards. Now, personally, I think that these mint employees back in the day were doing this on purpose. You know, they're in the facility all day working very hard. They get bored, they say, hey, I'm gonna throw this in there. Don't get me wrong, there is a possibility that that is not the case. However, when I see these values, I'm thinking to myself, man, why would someone not just produce maybe 10, 20, 30 of these, keep them tucked away for 10, 20 years, and then sell them for a ton of money, just like this coin sold for $8,700. 5,040 bucks for this 1981 S Susan B. Anthony dollar, graded by NGC at a Mint State 67. 70 is the highest grade on this coin. Keep in mind, if you want to get your coin graded, it might be worth checking out our collector's guide down below for coins and currency so you can understand a bit more about your coins and currency before you spend a lot of money and a lot of time getting them graded. I also recommend finding someone trustworthy closer to you or online that can help you identify a rare coin when you find one and just help guide you in the right direction. The last thing you want is someone to steer you in the wrong direction, scam you, and rip you off. Please, I'll say this forever and ever, do not go to a pawn shop unless you know the pawn shop owner and you trust them. A lot of those individuals at pawn shops are looking to just hit home runs. You know, they'll pay you a few $100s for something they sell for thousands. That's not the reality with the majority of coin collectors I've had the experience of dealing with. They are relatively good people, but they have overhead costs. They have to support their family, so there is a bit of profit margin. But when you're ripping people off for $100 and selling it for thousands, reasons. I think there's a huge moral issue there that I'm not a fan of whatsoever. Back to this coin though, it sold for $5,040 mainly because this 1981 Susan B. Anthony dollar is just so highly graded by NGC. Market timings is very important as well. When you sell your coin is just as important as where you sell it and who you sell it to. So keep that in mind when selling your Susan B. Anthony dollar. Last but not least, $21,600 for this stunning 1981S Susan B. Anthony dollar graded by NGC at a mint state 67 plus. Phenomenal grade, very, very high. Even though you see some discoloration happening on the obverse or the front of the coin, that does not matter too much because the intrinsic value of this coin is still there. NGC said, hey, this is relatively common for this type of coin. That is why we're going to give it that high of a grade. We think it looks very, very nice. It sold in auction on Heritage for $21,600. That is a ton of money, guys. I would love to add that to my bank account. Holy cow. There are people every single day adding tons of value to the market. They're making a lot of money out there, guys. If you have a really rare coin, I highly suggest you take some action. Don't trust the first person that you talk to. Do some homework. Feel them out. What are the vibes? Can you get a reputable recommendation for this person? If you have rare coins or you just enjoy collecting coins, you have to take some steps on your end. Read about these things. Do some research. Do some homework. A good starting point is our free guide down below. That's completely free, no strings attached. Click on the link down below. I wish you all the best of luck in your journey. I'm going to be here with you guys every step of the way. We make videos every single day. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and we will see you in the next video.